Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day, everybody. I know that some of you are from different time zone. This is night time for me, and also for this what you call founder of this LeadLabs. His name is Vineeth. So before we actually start, let me introduce myself. My name is Albert Tan from Download Silo, and most of you who are here to watch this webinar are actually from Facebook group. Okay, so before we actually start, let me do some housekeeping so that we have a better flow for everyone. So I will project this up, and you can see that, please grant permission for me to see your name as well as your profile photo by clicking the link there, BeLive/group-comments, so that we can see your name and as well as a profile photo in the back end, and we know exactly who you are. If you don't show your name, then we don't know who is talking, so we'll be guessing. So please, guys, help me and also help yourself. Okay. Let me see how many people are here now. Okay, we have 6 people already. The screen is showing. And we see Charles Yo, Milan Panchao, and this Facebook good user. I do not know who you are. So please give permission to be live to show your name and profile photo. And this another guy. Okay, so I hope you can do that so that we know who you are. And we should able to start now. Okay, and before we start, I would like to ask Vineeth some question about his background as well as his company and why he want to start this LeadLabs LTD. Vineeth, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready, Albert. So thank you again for getting me on your show. Super happy to be here and just welcome everyone to the show with Albert.
Okay, that's good. Let's begin. And Vineeth, tell us which part of India are you from?
Yeah, awesome. So I am from Bangalore, which is in South India. Yeah, and so it's actually really good weather today. Yeah, so it's just so living. Yeah, so it's living some good life here in Bangalore now.
Yeah. Oh, I'm wondering why Indian people always say Bangalore is in south of India, but I think that is actually more on the middle or central of India.
Yeah, so probably, but it's mostly South India. So, so yeah.
Okay, that's just a joke, because I have been to Bangalore a few times, so
Oh,
I know the
awesome.
weather, I know the place, I know the food. It's a what I call an awesome city, So let's move on,
Awesome.
And okay, we believe that this is a new what I call a LTD, or also a new app that you have just recently start up. So can you tell us why do you want to do this?
Sure. Perfect. Yeah. Yeah. First things first. So let me just give you a quick introduction about myself. My name is Vineeth, and I'm the founder of LeadLabs. And now, I'll just share you a really interesting story of how LeadLabs was born out of nowhere. Okay. Yeah. So kind of so LeadLabs, as you know, so we provide embeddable widgets and shareable links. So kind of what happened about 6 months ago is so we created a widget, so it was made for our website. So and what happened was that in the next 6 days we got about 50 messages or something in the chat, so where people were asking about the widget rather than the product. So they were asking me so hey, what widget are you using on your website, or it's what tool are you guys using for the widget on your website? And I was like, why are you not talking about my product? So you're supposed to be asking questions about my product and not what I'm using on the website. So that is where this an aha moment came out, saying so hey, people are actually really interested in something like this. Yeah, so because what we actually did accidentally, people started loving it. So then we decided to go forward with the so ideation of the project. And then yeah, so basically we went from ideation to live product in less than 60 days. So we got Alexa MVP done in less than 60 days, and which is what is launched now. And we are super excited to show it to everyone, and we have put out tons of features eventually.
Mhm. That's actually awesome, within 6 months you are making money already.
Yeah.
Right? In AppSumo, I guess definitely you have sold some codes, So, but I believe you have done a good job. So, Why don't you tell me a little bit, tell the audience, because I already know you have a app before. We have done a Facebook Live, I think a year ago,
Yep.
Ecolab, just
Easy.
for the information so that they know who you are, why you do that.
Yeah. So sure, like no, so basically, like so, I finished my master's from the University of Southern California in actually it's electrical engineering, which is so far away from software and marketing. So, but like so, I like, ended up here from my master program, so which is really kind of like funny if you have to say. So kind of like so how it went like eventually after masters. So is like so I started a product called it's an Easy Collab, so which is actually it's an LMS tool that we had initially. So from there, like I told, like while we were marketing like Alexa LMS tool, we accidentally put up a widget on our website which people started loving, and so the concept of like Lead Labs came into picture. So kind of like so I'm the founder of two tools. So but basically, so now like Lead Labs, I am like not handling Lead Labs, and my wife is actually handling like the Easy Collab. So kind of like no, we have like a neat differentiation amongst us, and so kind of like so that's also going really good. So yeah, and that's like a quick introduction about like myself and my past work and everything.
Okay, I really like this, a couple doing the same thing, helping each other in your what I call business, So I hope all the best in your what I call entrepreneurship, So before we actually go into detail, so can you please share your screen and then tell us, how to use this lead lab, to attract more leads, and to
Yep.
know everything about your customer, when they actually opt into your lead lab using lead lab.
Yep. Sure. So let me share my screen, and I guess yeah, guys. So let me know if you can see my screen. Can you see my screen, everyone?
Yes, we can see your screen now, no problem.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, and just before I go into like what Lead Labs is and before the product demo and everything, so let me just give you a quick introduction of what Lead Labs actually is like a tool. So kind of like Lead Labs is a visitor conversion tool that helps online businesses convert their existing web traffic into leads as well as their social media network to leads. So kind of like so that is the first step for like so every business to get sales is to convert their visitors to leads, and from leads they become customers. So kind of like no, we help businesses in that first step, which is the most crucial step in my opinion, to close more sales. So and basically, so now like so I will just give you a very quick like introduction of like what happens in today's visitor conversion. So basically, like what happens when you have to collect the leads information on your website. So there are like no, so two things that one may do today. So one is like so people either give away a coupon. So kind of like you may either give a 10% coupon or a 20% coupon in like the exchange for their contact information. So which is what like so the AppSumo does, if you guys have seen, right? So basically, if you are a newbie, basically, so AppSumo gives you a 10% coupon in exchange for your name and email, and like so that is how they get their visitors converted to leads. So what happens in this process is that you actually lose margins unnecessarily. So basically, if the people was actually interested to buy your product, so you actually gave them a discount that you didn't have to give them in the first place. So that is the first way. And then the second way is a lead magnet. So basically, like so you would have seen websites have lead magnets, which could be like a downloadable checklist, PDFs, or some kind of like so ebooks, and there are so many other ways of lead magnets that you can do. So what happens in this process of a lead magnet? So kind of if you see the flow happening over here, so the visitor has to first visit your website. So once when they visit your website, they have to click on the lead magnet opt-in page, so wherein they will enter their name and email. After which they get an email with a downloadable. So let's say if it's a PDF or it's an ebook or something like that. So then they have to actually go to their email for their download, and then they have to click the download button, they have to download it, and then they have to actually open the PDF viewer to actually read through the ebook now. So basically your visitor should actually go through the entire content to take the desired action, which is either going to the order page or to the calendar page, so that they can book a meeting with you or they can purchase your product. So the problem with this is that your visitor has to go through like 5+ tabs and 20+ clicks. So, and basically it's a very time consuming process and a tedious process. Like what happens, so basically like many visitors don't actually convert to leads in this process, or basically even if you convert them to leads, so like these leads are kind of very cold and not hot leads. So, and that is where like Lead Labs actually changes it for you. Yes, and just to give you like more numbers about like visitor conversion, and just to like enrich, just like more of your information about like visitor conversion, right? So basically, if you see like today, right, like so users actually think twice before giving the information to companies, because they already get a lot of emails on a daily basis. So which is basically an average person gets about 50 to 120 emails, which is just ridiculous. And like I said, I myself get a lot of emails. So basically, if I have to actually give my name and email to another company, I actually do think, is this really needed for me or not? So which is all about like gaining the prospect's trust and building authority is so crucial, and like which is why it's very hard to convert a lot of visitors into leads today. Yeah, and suppose if you see the average conversion for a visitor on the website is about 3 to 4%. So kind of like what happens? So just like what does this mean? So it means like 96 to 97 of the visitors out of 100 visitors that visit your website actually go away without leaving their information. So do you see that like no, you're losing out on so many potential customers that you could have tapped into if you had collected their information? Right, like so that is where like so Lead Labs actually helps you change your entire lead generation game, which I will show you shortly. So, and basically out of these 3 to 4 people that actually give their information, less than one person actually takes the desired call to action, that is to either book a meeting or probably to purchase something on your product. So which means like one out of every 100 visitors probably buy something on your website. So it is actually like quite a low number. So which means you have to spend a lot on ads or SEO or whatever it is to get more sales on a regular basis. But so let me show you how Lead Labs can actually help you get more leads without actually changing much of your existing game. So, and basically, if you see, right, the number of people that actually prefer watching videos to reading is actually 96% of them. So, which means like almost everyone likes watching videos versus reading. So, which is why today, like, so TikTok as well as kind of yeah, which is why today like so TikTok and like so YouTube are the content kings today, where people spend like so much amount of time. So kind of like so this is the entire premise of Lead Lab, is basically like now you can have video lead magnets on your website so that you can capture more information easily. Yeah, yeah, and like just before I go further, like no, so I want to get to know, suppose if you can still like so hear me well, right? Like so Albert, like so I'm not
Yes,
getting.
we can still hear you loud and clear, and your screen is showing. Continue.
Perfect. Yeah, awesome. So yes, and what does Lead Lab do? So basically, like, so as you saw over here in the second slide, so this was the entire process in basically like getting that successful sale from the visitor. But what Lead Labs can actually do is that we condense that entire flow into one tiny widget on your website, where basically the prospect never leaves your website. So basically, like, let me just show you a quick example of like how it looks, and then I will show you the product demo. So basically, if you just visit our like, so homepage, which is leadlabs.app, so you can see like we have a widget over here, which is created using our own software. So basically, so basically we see, right, so this entire software condenses the flow of the entire lead magnet. So which means once when you click on this, so basically, so now I am prompted to actually enter my name and email before consuming the content. So basically, like once when I enter the name and email, I can actually watch a video, or maybe I can download a PDF, or basically I can even book a meeting from straight inside the widget itself. So it's so convenient to your visitors that like, so everything happens in less than a minute on the same screen without them ever having to move away from your website as well. So basically, like so you collect their leads, and like so they have a really good experience. So it's a win-win to your visitor, for you, and basically it's a huge win for your business as well. So now like so let me show you the product, and like so the how you can create a widget on your website. So basically, if you see like, so this is the main account that like we actually use, and like we have actually acquired over 300 leads using our own software. So guys, so basically, if you see, right, so basically, once when you use the software well, so we have actually acquired over 300 leads in less than 45 days. So yeah, so basically, like, no, so for basically, if you consider a small business, 300 leads for a small business is pretty high. So basically, if you have even about 1,000 visitors a month to your website, so like, I strongly recommend you to put up a widget on your website as soon as possible. So yes, and now moving on. So let me show you like, so how you can create a widget on your website. So kind of like, once when you log into your dashboard, right? Like, so this is how you're going to see, and basically like what you see here is something called as a leadly and a widget. So a widget is let's say embeddable a thing that can be put up on your website, and a leadly is a shareable link that can be shared on social media platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, Messenger, WhatsApp, and more. So basically, like, we will cover both of them right now. So kind of like, so let me show you like what a widget is first. So basically, if you want to create a widget, right? So just click on this button which says like new widget, and now so you can choose like where you want to place the widget. So kind of yeah. So what this means is like, this is only for your own internal purposes so that you can filter it out later. So let's say I want to put my widget on a landing page. So let me click on landing page and let me just go for start now. So yeah, like once I click on start now, like, so this is where we get a widget builder, which is a very easy 4-step process to finish your widget. Okay, so it takes less than like 5 minutes to create a widget, which basically I will show right now. So let me just give the name for a widget. So I will just give, let's say, like, so the Albert demo, or let's say something like, Facebook webinar demo. So and then like once when I enter the name, like, so this is again for my, like, so internal purposes. And then like, we have something called as a flow type, which is a simple and like, so the interactive flow type. So what the difference between a simple and, like, so the interactive flow type means that in an like, so interactive flow type, so basically like, visitors can customize their experience on the widget. So which means you can have buttons inside the widget itself, so that like, so users can choose what they want to see next, or like what they want to do next on your website. So basically for this widget demo, I will show a simple, and then I will show like, so the interactive widget as well, which has already been created. So let's choose yes. So we can go ahead with simple, and let's click the status to publish. And then over here, so you can put up a widget thumbnail. So now, like, what is a widget thumbnail? So basically, a widget thumbnail is similar to like a YouTube thumbnail that you see on, like, suppose YouTube videos. So just to make it more like, interesting over there again. So and like, what the thumbnail means is yeah. So basically, like what you saw here, so initially, right? Like, so this is the thumbnail over here. So let me refresh my page here. Yeah, yeah, and yeah. So basically, like, so this is the thumbnail that you see here. So which we can put up. Yeah. So basically, we see like, so these thumbnails are actually created on Canva. So because the Canva is free for everyone, and they have some gorgeous templates to use. So guys, so make use of Canva. It is free, and like you can use all of their templates for free as well. So it's really good. So kind of like once when you make the template on Canva and just put up the thumbnail, right? So now like move on to step 2 in the process, which is a local media library. So here, so like, so you can put up all kinds of files over here for your own use, so that you can also reuse it for like some other widgets as well as like Leadleys in the future. So here, what you can do is like, you can put up like videos, images, PDF, zip files, all kinds of media files over here. So basically, this is your like, so local media library over here that you can reuse it again. And finally, once when you have uploaded everything, so you can move to the next step, which is where the entire flow happens. So here, so now you can create a full-fledged content series, or what I like to call a content funnel. So over here, so now you can show what content you want your visitors to see once when they come to your website. So let's say that like now we want to start with a welcome video with the visitors. So basically, like, so you can add videos, images, calendar links, as well as a download button on the widget right now. And next week we are having an amazing feature launching, which is a survey feature as well. So which means you can conduct a survey straight through the widget as well. So which is so powerful to qualify your leads even further. So let me just choose video for now, and yeah, I'll click on video. And yeah, and so now you can also customize the position as to like where you want that particular content to come in the funnel. So let's say, like, so we want to start with a video. So kind of like, so I will give the position as one. And yeah, and so basically there are like three ways to put up a video. One is through a video iframe. So this is if you're using any third party services like Vadu TV, Vimeo, Vistia, and all these platforms. And the second way is to choose the file from a media library. So like where you had just uploaded a video in the second step. So yeah, so let me just select a video that I have for now for demo purposes. Or the third way is you can choose a video URL. So like, so you can use a YouTube video as well coming up over here onto the widget as well. So let me add a video first. So here, so now that you see that, right, like we have a video added. So let's say after the video, we want people to see a few images, right? So let me add a few images over here. So basically, so now we want the image to come after the video. So I will set the position to 2. And then, so let me add like a couple of images so you kind of see, right, so how fast it is to add images. So let me click publish again, image, we go to 3, and then let me select some other image over here, done. So, and now that we have people like watching the video, we have people seeing 2 images, and let's say after that I want that person to book a meeting with me. So I will let's say, like, so I will just give a name as a calendar, yeah, something like cal. So this is all for your own internal purposes again. So, and basically, like, we have a direct integration with Calendly. So basically, because Calendly is free. So basically, yeah, so the free version of Calendly is sufficient for like most of you guys. So just like make use of Calendly because it's free, and here you can just put in your Calendly ID. So now let's say if you don't want to use Calendly, and suppose if you're using any other platform, there is a way that you can use other platforms as well on that. So basically, if you click on new steps and then if you click on video, so basically within the video iframe, you can put out like, so though you can put out like any other iframe such as like book like a boss, or basically like tidycal from AppSumo. So you can use like all of these calendar options by putting the calendar iframe in the video iframe. So like, so this is a pro hack that you can use using the software. So basically, like, people will see the calendar coming up over there. So, and just like once when this is done, right? So now you can actually preview how the widget is coming out. Like, so basically, if you put up the widget on your website, right? So you can see like, so how it would look like. So basically, so now let's preview how the widget looks like. So let's give it a second to load. Yeah. So now we see that, right? Like, so there's a nice thumbnail over here that you can see. And now once when we click on the widget, so now you can see that, right? Like, now we start with the video over here. So, and then like once when the visitors watch the video, so then they go to an image over here. After this image, we have another image. Oh, actually, okay, yeah, actually, I shifted the calendar image. My bad. So, yeah, so let me just so let me just like change it back over here because calendar is 3 as well. Let me change this to 4. Yeah, and now we should have the sequence updated, so where we'll have calendar in the end. So basically, if you see it, right, so basically even if you make a mistake, don't worry. So because you can always change it on the go. So now you can see, so now we have an image, so we have another image, and followed by now we have a calendar link where people can book a meeting with me straight from the widget itself. So like, so that's the beauty of LeadLabs. So, and like once when you're done with this, right, so let's go to something like step 4. Yeah, yes. And just before moving to step 4, like we have something called as like widget view time. So where you can where yeah, like where we actually ask you, so kind of like what is the minimum time and the maximum time needed to view the content in the widget. So kind of like why we are asking you this question is so that we can actually like not track your visitor and see like, so uh, yes, and kind of give you that like the crucial information saying like, so has your visitor actually spent the required amount of time on the widget, so that like, so you get to know whether the content in your widget is being fully consumed or not. So let's say for a widget like this, I would say probably the minimum time needed is like 30 seconds and the maximum time needed is a minute or something. So basically, like based upon your widget, you can always like so change it so that we can track it for you again. So, and once when this is done, so now like now, so we move on to the last step. So, which is basically the settings of the widget. So here you can fully customize the aesthetics of the widget and everything. So over here, so now we start with something called as the background. So where basically, like, so you can give a background to the widget. So this will also appear during the lead generation process. This will also appear for your other steps as well. So basically, like, we can choose, yeah. So basically, like, so you can choose one of the images from the library over here. And suppose if you don't like them, you could also put up your own image. Or basically, if you just want a solid color, you can just like so choose the color as well over here. So basically, for now, let me just choose this background image over here. So, and now we want to collect their information before they consume our content, right? So, because so that's the whole point of it. Yeah. So basically, like so basically, if you want to collect the information before actually they consume your content, so you have to change the settings to lead gen. So once when you choose lead gen, everything is customizable, including the text, the colors, and everything, and what kind of information do you want to collect. So basically, what this means is like over here, right? So you can customize the entire background, you can customize the color, you can customize the text, the color over here as well to match the brand of your website, to match the palette of your website. I mean, and basically, so you can also choose what all information you want to collect from your visitor as well. Yes, and so basically, like, no, so far, like we actually to help you collect their name, email, and their contact number. So let's say we are not interested in collecting their contact number, so we can actually hide the contact number over here. So basically, we won't collect the contact number, and then you can also choose to get their consent. Suppose if you're like European countries or Canadian country, or just like something like that, right? Like where you need user consent, you can also choose whether the users need to give their consent so that you can send out marketing emails as well. So basically, like this will also help you with like GDPR purposes as well. So yeah, so basically, like once when you're happy with all of that, so now let's preview the widget once more to see like so how the changes look like. So now, basically, now before watching the content, if you see right, so now people have to actually give their details so that they can actually consume the content on the widget. So now let me just put in over here my name and email over here. So basically, once when I enter the name and email, right? So now we can see that. So we have a video coming up as usual, which was the step one, and then the step two was an image, and then we had another image in step three, and finally followed by the calendar button over here. So where basically like people can book a meeting with me directly on the widget. So it's so easy if you see right. So basically, if you had to do something like this by yourself, so kind of like yeah, so kind of like so you would have to spend hours to create the landing page, customizing the landing page, and then one more page for your calendar link. So it's kind of like such a long process for you as well. But basically, with Lead Labs, you can create it in just about like 5 to 6 minutes. Yes, and just like once when you become a pro in Lead Labs, so you can probably do it in about 2 to 3 minutes, just like so how I do for my own website right now. So, and finally, once when you finish it, right, so you can click on the finish button over here. So yeah, so basically, like once when you have finished that right over here, so you can see the widget like so appears over here. So and now if you want to put that widget on your website, so you have to click on this like get widget link over here. So like where you yeah, like where we will give you a very small iframe code that you can just copy the code and just like paste it wherever you want on your website, and that's it. So basically, all you have to do is just copy paste the code in your website, and it's done. So it's as simple as that. And and the best part is like we also give you some minor customization. So basically, so it's going to look nicer to your visitors. So basically, if you want a rounded edge like how we have, right? So basically, if you want this like rounded edges, like yeah, like similar to how we have, So kind of like we give you that customization. So basically, so you can copy this code instead of the code over here. And now suppose if you want it to be optimized for mobile as well, right? So all you have to do is just copy the CSS and paste it on your style sheet. And suppose if you're using, let's say, any website builder, so they will already have an option for you to paste any custom CSS. All you have to do is just like copy this code and just paste it on your custom CSS. So what this basically does is like, so it will be optimized for your mobile. So let me just make it small so you can see as to like so how it is like so optimized for mobile as well as like made yeah. And basically so the widget like no says made bigger for like bigger devices as well. So it's like fully optimized as well again. Yeah. And suppose if you just want to see the thumbnail, so let me just show it to you once more. Yeah. And suppose if you see like this is how it looks on big screens. And suppose if you want to say how it looks on small screen, as you see, right? So basically, it like resizes with the screen. So basically, like so we can see it is fully optimized for all screen sizes over here. So kind of like so that's how the widget is done. So, and now the best part about all this is that we give you intelligence about your visitors as well as leads. Now, what does that mean? So now you can get so much data about your visitors that like you didn't have previously, such as like so. Let me just show you. Let me just show you some sample data, which is actually from our own website that you see based out of the 305 leads that I've got. So basically, like once when I click on like analytics over here like so I can see like so what is the total views that I have got, and yeah, and basically what is the total leads over here, and followed by like so what is my conversion percentage that I'm getting. So basically, if you saw the slide, yeah, suppose if you saw our slides, right? So you saw the average was about 3 to 4%, which is the normal visitor conversion, but like we are actually at 11%, so which is about like 3.14 times more than the general industry standards. So which means so we are converting 11 out of like so every 100 visitors coming to our platform. So like so this is how all our like so analytics is coming up over here. And so basically like so you can see it on a monthly basis, and then like you can see it on a weekly basis as to kind of that's how the data is saying. So basically if you see, right, we are actually performing a little poor this week, so because like we have a -3% in this week. So let me see on a daily basis if you are doing better. We are actually doing better than yesterday by 4%, so which is actually pretty good. And then you can also see in last 24 hours, like where you can see like per hour basis as to basically so how people are actually like coming to our website and everything over here again. So and finally, so you can see yeah, where you can see like a bunch of things over here, like where you can see how it all looks for your website again. So kind of like this is the widget analytics that we give you, and then we have something called as the visitor intelligence. So basically for visitor intelligence, like so let me show you a different widget that I have so that you will kind of see more into it. So over here, like once when you click on visitor intelligence, right over here, so you can see the complete content consumption of your widget over here. Yeah, yes, and basically, yes, and suppose if you see like visitor intelligence is actually in beta right now, and so basically like there is a small bug in step one, like we are not able to capture the yeah, like we're not able to capture the complete information coming from step one. So because the first interaction time was so small, so kind of like so let me just like so tell like what like so each and every metric is so that you get a full understanding about it. Yeah, and so basically if you know like what total unique views, like so you know what like so total unique views means because it's very obvious. And then like visitor frequency means that like so how many people are actually visiting your website again. So over here, if you see, right, like our visitor frequency is 1.29. So which means we can approximately say that there are about like 29% of the people are coming back to our website. So like so this could be our customers of Lead Labs or just like whatever it is, right? So we have about like 29% of the people who are returning back to the website, which is actually a good sign for a business. So because because like you are keeping your existing customers again. So, and then what does first interaction time mean? So, yeah, so basically, so the first interaction time is the time taken by the visitors to click. So, basically, suppose if I visit my website for the first time. So basically, if I have to click on the widget, right? So now if I click it like this, right? So we actually collect data saying, right, so the what was the amount of time that the visitor took to do the first click or the first interaction with the widget. So kind of like, so this gives you a very good understanding of like, so how strong the content that like you are putting up on your website. So which means if the content is good, or suppose if the thumbnail is good, people are really interested to watch the content. So basically, like, so you get a click instantly. Yes, and suppose if it is something like a boring, something like a boring thumbnail or just like a boring catch line, right? So basically, people are not interested in that. So you would probably see a dip in the first interaction time, and that might actually not get you a lot of leads again. So and finally, like we have the next thing, which is the average time spent. So which means like what is the average time spent on the website? So which is almost about like not something about 11 seconds right now. So and then you can see the entire engagement funnel happening over here. So basically, if we have 5 steps, right? So like, so you can see like, no, yeah, like, so you can see like, so how many people visited step one, like, so how many people visited step two, how many visited step three, four, and five, and so on. So basically, if you see from step four to step five, right? So there is actually a drastic drop. So yeah. So basically, from like 51 to 37. So which means after step four, people are not interested to go to the last step. So which means the content of step four is actually pretty bad. So which means like, so this is actually like an indication for me to actually go out there and change step four, so that like, so I can actually get more people to just to like fully like finish the content on my widget, because right, so that is what you want them to do, right? Like, so kind of like, so these are the kind of things that like we really help you in getting that like, so lead magnets out, so that like like, so how strong your visitors and leads are. So yes, and finally, like we give you some metrics like the average completion rate and the total engagement score and these kind of things, so which will give you a beautiful understanding about your visitors. So, and finally over here, right? So you can see leads over here. So actually, I cannot show you the leads because like these are the actual leads that we have got, and these are some like the actual email IDs of some like real people over here. So kind of like no, so I'm just a little bit like curious to show it on like a live platform. So but maybe because right, so I actually want to show you something about like lead intelligence and like so everything which is coming up over here. So kind of else, let me just like show you that next. Yeah, and finally, like, so just before we move on to like the lead intelligence and everything, right? So like we have not yet covered like what a leadly is. So basically, a leadly is a shareable link. So which is actually very similar to like so how we do a widget. So so basically, so here, right? So like we see a leadly which has already been created. So basically, let me just like quickly show you that. Yes, and so basically, if you see, right, like so I actually posted this leadly on Facebook a while back, and then I actually got 10 leads from a single leadly. Isn't that amazing? So with just one shareable link on Facebook, I got 10 leads. So which is like super useful, because like so I'm actually converting my own audience network into leads. So basically, so basically, if you continue to share like this on LinkedIn and everything, and suppose if you continue to get like 5 to 10 leads something similar to the, like 5 to 10 leads per post, right? So within a month, you can actually get 50 to 100 leads for your own business. So that would be something amazing to actually get that sales pipeline on the go for you. So right, so let me just show you like what a shareable link would look like. So let me just let's just see like so how the link would look like. Yeah, and so basically, so this is a link which can be shared using like so emails and all social media platforms. So like so it's like once when people come here, right? So over here, like so they will actually see this link over here. So let me actually fill up the information over here again. And please do not call me. I'm just kidding. Yeah, and finally, so now like once when people have entered their information, right? So now like so they can consume the content over here. So where basically like so you can have some text over here, so you can actually customize it to the prospect over here. So as you can see, right, so it was customized based on the name, which is actually pretty cool, right? So it gives you that like personalization touch that you need over here. So and then followed by like so you can put some text over here, And finally, so you can have a video over here. Yes, yeah. So what you can have, like a video, images, PDF, calendar, and more. And basically, yeah, and basically what you can have is also a CTA button over here where you can, like, redirect to another website, or you could actually allow people to download something from this button over here. So that's the beauty of it. So and then, yeah, and then what you can show is like a few images over here again. So and finally, like, people can, like, no, sir, actually, like, book a meeting with you directly on the link itself over here. So because, right, so they can find all of this over here again. So kind of like, so that's the beauty of the platform. So kind of like, no, so where can you use all this, right? So one thing is, like, you can share it on social media platforms to convert your audience into leads. And the second use case is that we have seen a lot of freelancers actually make shareable links like this and share their pitch decks to their prospective clients. So basically, suppose if you're very active on LinkedIn and just like, yeah, and just like messaging people on LinkedIn about the service that you're offering, right? I strongly recommend you to use our Leadly, so that, like, so you can actually pitch your services using a Leadly and fully customize it to the prospect. So basically, it just gives them that extra additional personal touch, so like, which might actually get you that sale, or like, which basically you couldn't do it, suppose if you're just sending out a plain simple message again. So kind of, so now, right, like, so let me just put a PDF as well in this, so that, like, so you can see, like, so how it would look like. Oh yeah. So let me just go into the Leadly, and basically, like, let me show you, like, so how quickly and, like, so the how fast you can do it. Right. So let me just add a step over here. So, like, so after it, so like, where I can add a PDF. So let me just give the name as PDF. Yeah. So yeah. So basically, for now, I'll give it a position 4, and then, right, like, we have a PDF over here. So I'll just add a step over here. So here, like, we have a PDF added. Let me publish it, and then it's, I will give a calendar after the PDF. So now the calendar will be after the PDF. And now, so just for now, right, like, so I will just, like, so change the content to kind of like, without lead gen over here. So let me just make it like, so open content, just so that, like, so that I don't have to fill out my details again. And let me edit and save. And now if you see this link, so let me just refresh it, and you see how quick it is to do it. So as you see, I just did it right now. And right, so now there is no asking of the person to filling out the form. So which means, so now basically, so the link did not ask me to fill out my information to actually watch the content. And now after step 3, right, so we actually added a PDF. So let's just give it a second to load. So now you can actually add a PDF inside the link. I mean, like, this is just like so cool to pitch your services, right? So you could put a case study or something like this quickly, where people can actually, like, read through it and everything. And finally, so then they can go to the calendar, and then people can just, like, book it. Yeah, yeah, and then, like, people can just book a meeting with you immediately. So you see the power, right? So it's so quick and easy to do it. And right, so let me just show you another amazing hack with the product. So basically, like, so let's say, like, so you had done this for one client, and now suppose if you want to do the same thing for another client, we have the option of something called clone. So just like, once when you clone it, right, so you can, like, quickly customize some text and everything to that prospect again, and just, like, quickly share it with them. So it takes a minute. So let me just, like, clone it, and yeah, so let me just, like, clone it right now, and see if it is cloned. Yeah. So as you can see, right, so now you see it's cloned. So and now, like, so let me quickly change the name, and suppose, let's say, if, like, so I am sharing it with, like, so Albert, right? Like, so I will just mention hi Albert over here, and then, right, like, so I will just, like, save it over here. And now, so let me actually finish this. So and now, if you see that link right over here, so let me just, like, so open this link as well. And now we have hi Albert. So which means we have the same exact thing, which is just cloned, but then I just customize the entire thing for Albert. Right. So yeah. So basically, we see, right, like, so how quickly it is to actually do for your clients or to your prospect, like, where you can do, like, multiple things, like, really quickly, like this, in just a couple of minutes, and just, like, keep sharing them on LinkedIn. And the best part is, like, you can always reuse it once when they become your customer. You can always, like, reuse the link again. So it's a, yeah. So it's basically, like, that's the amazing part of it again. So kind of right. So like so that is how you can use a leadly. So now like so let me show you like so how it's going to look. Like suppose if you are sharing it on Facebook or something like that. So let me just go back to the link over here. Yeah, and so here like we have social shareable links. So let's say if yeah, and let's say if I'm sharing it on Facebook, right? So yeah, I copy the Facebook link, and now if I go to Facebook, and now if I just put like this, right? So now you see, right, like so how nicely, like now so we have the thumbnail, and then we have the title, and then we have the description. So basically like the people know exactly what the link is about. So basically like, so this is the first step in actually getting people to like click the links so that like they can become your lead eventually. And so kind of like so this is totally done using our software, and basically if you see, right, all it takes is just a minute to do like links like this on the platform. So now similarly like so let me show you like so let me show you something like so Twitter as well as to like so how these links would look on Twitter. Yeah, so basically suppose if you go to Twitter and just like put this up, right? So let's allow Twitter to load. Let load. Yeah, like sometimes it just like so it takes like one or two tries on Twitter to load. So let me just try once more now for Twitter. Yeah, so now as you can see, right, so now that we have a thumbnail, and then we have a title, we have the description, we have everything, right? So now you can share it on Twitter as well. So basically now, right, like so it's going to look something like really nice like this when you share it on a post. So basically like you can be so active on social media, and then like you can keep collecting leads from social media for your business. So like so make sure that like so every post that you share on social media is through a leadly from now on, so that like so you actually to get the leads from all the posts that you share on these platforms. So kind of relic. So that is how the Leadly would work. So and finally, like one last thing that I would like to show is the interactive widget that I promised to show you like so earlier. So let me go here. Yeah. Over here, basically, like, no, so I have already done the widget over here so that like we don't waste some time or something. So, but basically, if you have to do yeah, suppose if you want to do it's an interactive widget, it is actually very similar into doing a widget. So it's very easy, guys. Okay, right? Okay, so what? Right? You don't have to actually worry about all these things at all. So over here, like once when you click on preview, so what is an interactive widget, right? So you can actually have buttons popping up on the videos like I showed you, right? So let's just have a look at one of the interactive widgets over here. So if you see, we have an interactive widget over here coming up. And now once when I click, so basically, so this is actually a YouTube video that I had. And now inside the YouTube video, I have buttons popping up at like so different time intervals if I want. So basically, so now once when I click on learn more or something, it's going to go to an image on a YouTube video. Can you imagine a button on a YouTube video? Right. So right. So how many times do you want to do something like that? Right. So kind of so now right, like, so let's make some customization so that like no so you can see how it works. So basically like no, you can add like no, two buttons as of now. So basically like we do allow only two buttons as of now. So maybe in the future we will add more buttons that you can do. Yeah, yeah, what you have to just do is give a button name for both of them in the first step, and then so you can add at what time should the button come in. So let's say if I want the meeting button to come after 15 seconds or something once when people click it, right? So I will just put it as 15 or something. So that like now, so you can have a look at it. Yeah, and basically so you can fully customize the button, the color, the text, and everything. And there are two things that you can do. So one is you can either redirect the people to another like website or something. So yeah, like one basically if you select like redirect to URL, and then the second is you can actually like redirect them to another step inside the widget itself, so that like you can continue to have like more like sort of interactive conversations with them over here. So kind of so now let me actually like so change the button color for this for fun over here. So let me just make it black or something. So yeah, so basically so you can see how it would look like. And now we see the status has been updated. So now once when I click on the preview button now, so let's just wait for it. So basically if you see, right, so now after clicking it, so now I will wait for 6 seconds for this to come in. And then now if I wait for a bit more time, because we had put up 15 seconds, right, we can see another button coming up over here shortly, which is book a meeting. So once I click on book a meeting right now, so now people can actually go to the calendar immediately. So which means while watching videos, you can actually guide people to take the next action that like you couldn't do previously. And that is the power of the widget, guys. So like once when you get people on the website, make sure that you turn them into leads, so that like so you can fill those lead gen pipelines, and kind of just like boost your business again. So kind of so yes, and yeah, and basically we see, right, so like this is all about like this is all about like the interactive widgets and like so everything that you can do with the platform. So and finally, right, like so I just want to just finally like wrap it up by just like showing to you, yeah, by just showing to you like a couple of things that is actually coming out next week, which is already on our beta portal. So basically, our beta portal is accessible only to me, because like so I'm the founder. So kind of like, yeah, yeah. So kind of like what we have, like yeah, like what we have a beta. So like so this is where we test everything over here. As you can see, right, like some developer has actually changed the button positions over here by mistake, which is supposed to be here. But yeah, yeah, but the buttons are here, so it's actually yeah, it was actually kind of funny. So over here we have, now let me show you something what we are having, the next part, which is called as lead intelligence. So basically, like, no, so we actually had someone from Opt-in Monster becoming a lead for us. Can you imagine? Opt-in Monster is actually such a huge thing. So it's like pop up field and everything, right? So we had somebody from their company actually, I think, like spying on us or something. Yeah, I guess. So now, like, no, so I can actually see all of the information about this lead over here. So now I can see like what's his name, email. I can get his mobile number, so I can see whether his email has been verified, and then I know every bit of information on that lead. So which means, right? So how much time did Tim actually take to click? So basically, like, so Tim actually took like 2.5 seconds to click on the widget. And then, right, so Tim actually spent about like 13 and a half seconds on the widget. And then like no, we have our own unique algorithm which will actually give you the lead score. So basically, like no, yeah, basically, right, so I don't want to like fully reveal our algorithm, because like no, so it is like very proprietary to us. So but just like a few things that we consider is, for example, if somebody is giving their email, so let's say like Tim is giving his email, but just before that, if Tim tried to give a fake email, right, so we actually bring the lead score down, right? Like we even monitor if people give a fake email, and based on that we get the lead score down, because basically, like, because if they give a fake email, it obviously means they were not truly interested in the product. But then because we did not allow them to pass through, like no, so Tim actually had to give his real email. Once when you get people on the website, make sure that you turn them into leads, so that so you can fill those leads and pipelines. There is something, it's an echo coming from somewhere. It's Albert. I'm not sure from where. Yeah, yeah, I think it's good now. Awesome.
Okay, thank you, thank you. So even though you speak quite fast, but I can get all what you have spoken.
Yeah,
Don't worry.
awesome.
So actually very exciting, you know. So personally, I feel that this is something refreshing, you know, and not many times you have what I call the gem in the upcoming LTDs, you know.
Yeah.
So of course, you know, you show me that you know our master actually trying to, not trying, you know, they already notice you, so maybe they want to know what are you doing. No, it's a good idea. No, it's good thing. Sorry, not good idea. Okay,
Yeah.
so we need. I think I like the UI, you know, and
Can I just talk for 5 more minutes, Albert, if you don't mind? Because like, so there is just like two more things that I just want to cover, like while we are on the webinar, if you don't mind.
okay, no
Yeah,
problem.
us. Yeah,
So
yeah.
let's answer the question and then we quickly do as much as we can. Would that be okay?
Sure. Yeah, like, sure. Suppose if you just can give me like a couple of minutes, I can just like finish it up in a couple of minutes as well.
Okay, no problem. So let me project. Okay, I have few questions that is actually commonly asked. You know, first
Okay.
is actually the integration with this webhook. You know, uh, like Public Connect, are you doing that?
Yes, like no, so we do have a full integration with Public Connect. So basically, like no, so you can send your leads directly to your CRM or to your it's an email software and everything. So basically, if you go and click on settings from the dashboard, so kind of like no, we do have a native integration with Pabbly, Zapier, and then we also do give webhooks as well. So basically, like yeah, so if you click on Pabbly, so you can just like put in the webhook over here, and basically right, so as soon as you get leads on lead labs, you can send them straight to your email software or to your CRM.
Okay. So the other question is actually regarding this the email provider, emails service provider integration, because that would be the kind of a big missing link right now. So what is your plan?
Yes, and one thing, because with like say emails, right? So like one thing is like, so you can actually connect with Pabbly or Zapier to to something like a third party email service, but like within our own platform, something like, so you can actually customize the first email. So basically, if you go to step four, right, like we currently have that feature in a Leadly, but like we are getting it into a widget as well soon. So basically, if you go to step four, right, so like you can customize the first email going out to to your prospect over here. So basically over here, right, so you can basically like customize the subject. So which means if somebody actually watch your Leadly or the widget, so kind of like, so you can send them a thank you email immediately.
Okay, thank you. So I will just project a few questions before you go off, and I can actually do the giveaway in your absence. No problem, right?
Yeah, awesome.
Okay, that's good. Okay, this is an important question. Privacy.
Yeah. So basically, yeah, like I said, like now coming to like privacy, right? So like no, we do allow you to take like the user consent before they actually like put in their emails. So which means like we will ask you a question like, do you need user consent for the lead gen form? So let's say if you need to collect the user consent, so just click on yes, and just like put up the text over here. So saying like whatever your like legal text should be, as well as like you could also put in a consent URL so that like your visitors can actually visit that page in case they have any questions about your privacy laws.
Okay, so regarding unique view,
Sorry.
no, look at the question in the screen.
Just give me 1 second. Let me go back to that. Yeah. So this is how I'm seeing it. Uh,
Can you
where's
look at the Be Live Studio main screen?
mm,
No, look at the screen. Don't look at the chat. I already projected out.
oh my god! Like so, this is such a noob moment for me. Oh my god! Yeah, awesome. Yeah, okay, fine. Yeah, right. And so, do you include unique views or like repeat views in the total count under analytics in your dashboard? That is actually a really good question. So basically, like no, within the main analytics, like we actually count the repeat views over here. So basically, like no, so you are asking over. Sorry. So basically, if you see the main link, there's an analytics over here, right? So kind of like we actually count the repeat views as well over here. Yeah, like which we will obviously change it in the future again. So yeah, so here like what you will have is like so total like so unique views next.
Okay, are you time's up?
No, 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 no. Yeah, I,
Okay, so if I mean no problem, you can always come back to the chat and answer the question. We need no, not a big issue. If you have something really urgent to do, not a big issue. So because the chat won't go away, the question is still there, and we hope that by the time you are free, please come back and do the question, do the answering, and I think the audience will actually appreciate that. Okay.
Sure. And suppose if we can be live for just like 1 more minute, can I just show like one last thing which I just like left out?
Okay.
Yeah.
Can.
Yes, just like one more thing. Yes. So basically, so guys, like so as you saw, like no, we yeah, like as you saw, like no, we like what we had like so Tim from like so Opt-in Monster coming up over here, right? So kind of like we actually give you all the information about the leads company as well. So once when you click on lead intelligence over here, like we see it's opt-in monster over here. And once when you click on view, right? So here you can see entire details about what opt-in monster is. So you can see their industry, you can see the employees, founder name, the like revenue is obviously wrong because it's in beta. Obviously the revenue is not the year. And then like no, we kind of get the category of the business and everything as well. So kind of like so this can help you out so much. Suppose if you actually have to send out a personalized cold email to your prospects. So like so this is the beauty of the platform over here. So and so kind of right. So kind of like so these are the kind of things that we actually do over here. So kind of like where you can also see the like so the where basically so you can see like what kind of visitors are actually visiting your profile. So yeah, basically so you can see like 32% of the people that are visiting Lead Labs is actually from, yeah, like people are from the internet software and services. And then we have like 11% like visiting from the education services and so on. So kind of like these kind of things can really help you to kind of like nail down your like, so the audience. Suppose yeah, suppose if you are doing your like, so ads and everything. So kind of like so these features are coming up like next week. So just like make sure to be on the lookout on them, and like this I will just update you once when these features are ready.
Awesome, awesome. Actually, this is something very good.
Awesome.
Okay, so I think we should let Vineeth go, and then we will do the giveaway in his absence. So not a big issue.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, Vineeth, for your what I call very fast presentation, but actually very clear. I'm actually quite
Thank you so much.
impressed, very very impressed about this platform. So guys, if you find that this is something that you are missing in your what I call LTD stack, go and get it. So don't wait. It's something very good, as far as I know. Okay, so Vineeth, have you anything to say before you go off?
Yeah, what I would like to say, like, a huge thanks to like sir Albert for like bringing me on his like group and like sir allowing me to do this webinar to all of you. So it is just like a huge moment for me as well to just like showing my product to like thousands of people again. So just like huge thanks to Albert, and just like big thanks to all of you that are here today to actually see the webinar. Like, sir, I love you guys, and like see you again.
Okay, bye bye.
Yeah, awesome.
But audience, don't go off first. If you go off, we will miss you on the giveaway. Okay. Thank you. We need see you again.
Bye.
Okay, guys. Because we need have to do something urgent. So let me complete the what I call my job. To give you the giveaway. So today we have, I think, close to 50 members attending this Facebook Live. That show that this is something that you guys are interested. So let me copy the name and put it in the views of name. Oh, let me share my screen, share the views of name first. Okay, it's coming. Okay, can you guys see that? So I hope that you can see that. So we have 52 names captured. So these are the names. And as I said, to be a bit fair to all those who have actually come in on the first minute, those who came in after 45 minutes, your name will not be appearing in the what I call this a giveaway. So my apologies, and please accept this as not to say as a excuse, but then next time please come early if your names are not there. So anyway, there are many giveaway coming up, so there will be many chances for you to win. So if you lose, not if you lose, if you didn't win in this Facebook live giveaway, you still have another 3 prizes in the Facebook comment post. So please go there and comment, and we will choose a winner from there. Okay, guys, are you ready? If you are ready, then we will actually spin this now. Okay, let's do the first spin. Okay, for your information, the winner will get each $99 code, the first tier code, one code. Okay, let me spin it for the first time. Who is the lucky winner? Oh, Tauhid. Congratulations. Your winning streak is coming. But please write in the chat, that you are around so that we can award this prize to you. Are you there, Tauhid? If you're not there, we will say 3 times and we will move on to get another spin. Tauhid, are you there? Guys, are we waiting for him or do we want to spin? Sujit, please ping him. Call him. He left? Okay, if he left, this is the second time, Yeah, Vineeth was saying that if you don't win here, you can have another giveaway in his group, So, okay. Unais, your name is there. Don't worry. Let me show you the name. I think your name is there. This is your name, Unais. Okay, guys, we have no choice. We will have to strike off his name, Tauhid, sorry. And we have to spin another time. Okay, let me spin the next one. Oh, Muhammad Abdullah Al Yashin. As usual, please answer in the chat. You are around so that we can award the prize to you. Muhammad Abdullah, are you there? Tauhid, why are you here now when we announced that your names of for the last few minutes, you are not around? Okay. Let me hide my video, Okay. This is the view, make it bigger. Okay, Tauhid, you are commenting, I think, okay, I know what is your problem, this is Bangladesh internet connection issue, So, okay, I make a decision. So I will give you this prize, the first prize. And the second prize will go to Muhammad Abdul Al Yashin. Are you around? If not around, I will have to forfeit this prize. Okay, Tauhid, don't worry. You will get the code. Muhammad Abdullah Al Yassin, calling 1. Calling 2. Calling 3. Sorry, so we have to spin the second time for the second winner. Okay, let's do it. Let me spin again. Muhammad Sumon Kabil. Are you there? Muhammad Sumon Kabil. I thought Muhammad Sumo Kabil have Sumo. Are you there, Muhammad Sumon Kabil? Calling 1. If you're not there, we will give to another person. Okay, I see your name. Thank you for your, what do you call it, your name? let me remove your name and I will choose the third winner. This is the last winner, and I think we should shuffle the names to make it more random. Okay, guys, let's see who is the lucky winner. Mamta Kool. Mamta, are you around? Okay, Mamta calling one. Okay, I see your name. Thank you. So Mamta is the third winner. Okay, guys, let me stop sharing the screen and show my face. Okay, so we have concluded our session, and I would like to say thank you again to all of you. But I know that some people feel frustrated because they never win or they didn't win. So, but I always say, winning is one thing, participation is also another thing. So I appreciate your participation, and if you don't win today, one day you will win. If you keep on participating, it's very statistically proven because we don't have many attendees. You have 40, 50 attendees. Sometimes you have 5 prizes. Then sometimes you have 4 prizes, sometimes 3 prizes, and there are so many of them. So don't worry, your time will come. So let me say thank you again for your time. And before we leave, I would like to ask a favor from you guys. You know that in the last few days I've been asking people to what to call support our YouTube channel because we want to grow our YouTube channel. So please go to our YouTube channel and subscribe so that you'll be you will know that whatever live Facebook live are actually being announced, and there will be some review or whatever that we post up there. So please subscribe to our YouTube channel and like it, or maybe comment on the videos, whatever you want to do, and we hope to see you there. Okay, guys, that's all I have for today, and next week we will have 3 webinar Facebook live, and one is already announced, and the other 2 we are still finalizing. So I will see you again next week, and I will have to rest tomorrow and Friday and the weekend because it's very tiring to have Facebook live consecutively for 3 days. So thank you guys, and see you again. Bye bye.